Alright, okay, do I still have it? I do. I do. Alright, let's get started with this. Try to what? When I woke up the next morning, Susato was already gone. The rain was so strong that I couldn't see a single meter outside the window. Thus, this long, unforgettable day began. But my back feels a whole lot better. April 17th, 9:32 a.m. Old Bailey. Good morning, Gina. I swear to you, you will be declared not guilty before the day's over. So where's the other last night? Huh? You know, what's her name? That Asian chick that's always with you. What was it? Cece? Although, I can't remember her proper name. Oh, she left early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You just gonna let her off like that? Shouldn't you be seeing off instead of bothering me? Doesn't matter. It's not like I'll never see her again after all. That's right, there's a sequel. But your trial's different. I only have one chance to do this. Today has to be today. Good morning, friends. How are you doing, Jinbin? Did you have a good sleep? Oh, Kitty! Oh, Arvis! What are you doing here? My friend's in trouble, obviously. Why wouldn't I be here? Calvary's here for you, even Wagahai King. Hey, Wagahai! Great Calvary! Wretched cat didn't even look back when it abandoned its friends. Why not leave it be for a bit, eh? Hey, sniff around or something. Oh yeah, I brought this newspaper from a shop outside. Let's see, I have both good news and bad. What would you like to hear first? You, Jinbin? I think we should start with the bad news. If you got it, but might as well start with the good news first, right? Wow, Jinbei's like 10 times more fun than you. You're such a downer. You always want to go with the bad first before you hear the good. It's like that's something you ought to expect. Not like you need to expect, but it's something you ought to expect. Leave me alone. I'll just start with the bad news then. Apparently we're having record rainfall this morning. Carriages all over are being delayed. Really? That news was just a weather report. I'm worried that Susie won't make her train to Dover in time. Oh yeah, you're right. So, what's the good news? They say it should clear up by this afternoon. Just like California. So the train should make it to the port of Dover on time.
So the train should make it to the port of Dover on time. Right? That's great news, isn't it?
No, not to me at least. Couldn't care less about it. That news was surprisingly trivial.
Also, Ariel, today's trial is basically the highlight of the paper. Pickpocket girl brutally murders upright pawnbroker.
I'm not surprised.
You look a lot, Dan. You look a lot, didn't expect anything else, just how it is.
Gina looks even more upset now.
So, at today's trial, Ryu's gonna make the dirty press eat those words.
The dirty press, wow.
Eh? Then tomorrow's headline will be like this. Honest pickpocket girl saves the world. How does that sound, Ryu?
Yeah, that would be pretty nice, I guess.
Don't guess, press on with resolve. Did you like my impression of Susie? You loved it, right?
This girl's too much for me. Okay. Got the newspaper.
Well, let's give him L, Ryu.
Let's.
I don't know about law like Susie does, but I'll be staying right next to you, cheering you on. Does it make you feel better?
With a sniper trumpet gun thingy. If you don't put that thing away, it'll probably just make me feel worse. But thank you, Iris. I appreciate your help.
That reminds me, Ars. What's up, G-Ring? Oh.
Alright. Sure.
How Ms out in operation yesterday, yeah? Yeah, operation went well. But he's still sleeping. I have a friend who's an inspector. I asked him to tell me right away when Holmesy wakes up.
She must be Gregson. Sure, I'll get the message straight to her.
Alright.
I don't have Societal or Mr. Holmes with me today this time. I'll have to prove Gina's innocence with my own effort. Defendant! Bastard! Trial is about to commence. Make your way to the Crown Court at once.
Looks like it's time.
Well, let's head off then.
Okay.
She's acting tough, but I can tell that fear and anxiety threaten to tear her down. I will believe in her until the very end and prove her innocence. This I swear. That's the will you left for me. A few minutes later in the Crown Court. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, we declare this court now in session. The trial of Gina Strahd will now commence. I ask you, prosecution and defense, having fully prepared the case. Defense is ready. Lord von Zix? Yes, my lord. How many years has it been since you first disappeared from this crown court? Almost 5. Even after the trials 2 months ago, you stand yet again at the prosecution bench. there perhaps something you expect to gain from these trials? Even Quarrel. The trials of the distant past were of an entirely different character. Once you would only handle high-profile cases from the noble or political fields. But now you stand in the crown court to prosecute a simple case of robbery and murder. Honestly, it comes as a shock to me. There are two things I cannot abide by. The first would be the villains who wield their expansive financial power to feign altruism.
He's totally talking about that Cosby Maganda guy. Will you defend it?
I think I could have guessed, but thanks. I didn't know what kind of man he really was. But there lurks an even more disgusting kind of monster. The kind of human rubbish that carries fame and vain ignorance only to betray. These despicable vermin here from an unknown island in the Far East. They are called Japanese. God damn, dude! The racism is strong here. Good lord. If not that, prejudice is alive and well in here. What? Where did that come from?
He's totally talking about you.
Pretty sure I could have guessed that one too. Pardon me, but what exactly do you mean by betraying you? I have to wonder why. Why does he feel such animosity toward us Japanese? Whatever the case may be, the court welcomes the revival of the Reaper, whom London evildoers Sophia. I am most grateful for your consideration. Now, 6 fine citizens of our capital city, of sound mind and strong sense. Are you all prepared to participate in this trial? As a veteran of the British Empire, swear to hand down all fair and just verdicts.
King cutlery, a king table, and a king master. That's all I require. The new world should seize everything stereoscopically like death.
I didn't forget, did I? Oh dear, maybe I really did.
The women of the future moves forward with a progressive mindset.
I came to London to sightsee. I am going to see the Crystal Tower now.
Something wrong here?
No, it's just... That you're saying. Who the fuck? We remember you. What? And... Huh? There are a lot of familiar faces in this jury. The hell? What in the world's going on?
Wow, small world, I guess. You know, they randomly select these juries from over 6 million Londoners. Well, that's what they say, but I'm finding it a little hard to believe.
But yeah, that's very true. But I find it a little hard to believe. There are now, Lord Van Zix. I would first ask for your explanation for this case. As you wish. Before I begin, however, I have something I wish to say to the jury. That is, there has never been a case so simple with so obvious a murderer. The victim was a pawnbroker named Hutch. He died immediately after being shot from behind. Here's a photo from the scene of the crime. As you can see, there is a gunshot wound in his back. It is likely that the bullet pierced the man's heart, ending his life swiftly and painlessly. According to the coroner's analysis, the gun was aimed slightly upward.
What does that mean?
It would mean that the victim was shot by someone shorter than him. For example, someone like the defendant. This is the coroner's autopsy. I wish to submit it as evidence along with this photograph. Very well, court accept these as evidence. Well, there we go. Got the autopsy. And the crime scene. Next, I would like you all to focus toward the sketch of the crime scene. She killed him in the pawn shop store, right where his place is kept. There are no windows, and the only door into the room was locked. Furthermore, only 2 people were inside the locked room. The victim Hutch, and the defendant seated before you. Incidentally, when the crime was first discovered by witnesses, the culprit was holding the murder weapon in her hand.
What in blazes? It's all the shit. Isn't that dirty to try to pickpocket anyway? Yeah, she's one of those kids that roams around with these in. No surprise there. I thought she was not one of these days. What are you doing, Charles? Hurry up, she's scared to...
She's a pickpocket, so she must be a murderer? You're all jumping to conclusions! Call yourself a black-hearted exchange student. The evidence against your client doesn't end there. As luck would have it, this murder incident had 2 decisive eyewitnesses on the scene. What? If we listen to that testimony, I'm sure everything will become clear. You'll see whether or not this girl is really a poor, misunderstood petty thief. In any case, please hand over the evidence you submitted thus far. The court will accept them into the record. As you wish. The sketch. And the revolver. This is bad.
You things suddenly feel a lot more serious in here.
It's not just you, Iris. Trust me. Now, let us begin. Bring forth the 2 witnesses to this wretched crime.
Why don't we have a dog over there for some reason for?
I have no clue.
I hear pets. Over there, dear.
On my side?
Yes.
This mic, I swear, sometimes can pick up the most strangest thing.
Tell me about it.
It's like you can hear dogs. Like my cats don't say a word.
I can hear something like a dog whining outside, like he's whining to get back in or something.
That's probably next door.
No.
Good lord. Damn, that's a fine ass mic. Shit. God damn.
You don't hear it. Like I said, I keep hearing something about it sound like a dog.
I mean, you came back and like, oh wait, there's a dog out there? Maybe.
Well, I had to check on something.
Well, I know you did, but I'm like, you can hear a dog. I'm like, oh, goddamn.
Yeah. Cause I still can hear it. It sound like a dog.
Cause the only thing I heard for just a few short bits was let me see, a safe state. Let me take a quick see. See what's going on outside. Plus, I need to lock the door.
I swear there's something here now. I'm hearing dog sounds.
Bits of rain. That's the funny thing. I'm hearing bits of rain.
Need a bit off. Please tell me you hear that, because I know I hear that.
I am totally not sure. All I've been hearing so far was the sound of some short ass static, but that's probably from the emulator. But outside of that, I know we got like rain happening outside.
Like I said, I don't know.
Witnesses state your names and occupations.
There's Nimmy Tippler. My occupation, criminal, bro.
Name me Tin Pillar.
The name's Tully Tippler. Occupation same as what you said, you.
Tobias Gregson, Inspector Scotland Yard. Hi, asshole.
Yeah, they call us
The Bonanza Brothers.
Yeah, they call us the Three Tim Pillarmen.
But what?
Oh, God.
No, I distinctly remember y'all being the Bonanza Brothers. Plus, that's false advertisement. Where's the three? Where's the third? Who's? Where's the third? No. Really? No. No, really? Dude, what? No. Really? What are you looking at me for? Leave me out of this!
Hey, you don't gotta be rude, bro. Looking for a long laugh, bro. We climb down. London's dodgy under me, ain't it? And you're kinda like him, bro. Ever since we met you last night, we just what to call you. We just know what to call you, bro. Listen up good, guys. Ready. New bro Wally. Cause you're a muppet, see?
Please. Sus. Stop.
I guess the third brother's name is Wally Ten Pillow, then.
So, Inspector Wally Gregson. It's Vaz. Pardon the correction, my lord. In any case, why are you, Inspector, together with these ruffians? These witnesses were already arrested by the yard as suspects for a separate crime. Suspects? You mean all three of them? I really wish you wouldn't lump me together with these buffoons. 2 nights ago, these men broke into the pawn shop ready to steal. As luck would have it, they stumbled upon a much greater crime as you. What? Do you mean to say that? Indeed. They witnessed a knot of hatch, shopkeeper said pawn shop. Order! Order! As for their crimes of illegal trespassing and attempted robbery, they will be tried on a different day. I escorted them here to justify this trial. I understand the circumstances and acknowledge the prosecution request. Now, Timpies, I hereby order you to testify. Testify about everything you saw in that shop on the night of the crime. Roger, sir. 10 pillars! Woo! Stop looking at me. Are you freaking kidding me? The 10 Pillars, otherwise known as the Skulkin Brothers. We'll just call them the Bonanza Brothers.
We saw that the pawn shop door was open on our way down Baker Street, It was like a sign for the law himself. We had to go in bro. And then, inside the back room, there was a gunshot, bro. We ran to the door and tried to open it, but it was locked from the inside in. We didn't do nothing. We didn't steal nothing. We just left the shop not squirrel like that.
Not a frightening coincidence. These two scoundrels broke into the shop while it was already being victimized by another crime. The given testimony matches with the state of the crime scene perfectly. The door to the storeroom was indeed locked from the inside. And in there lay only the victim and the defendant. Indeed, this does seem to be an open and shut case. Now, defense, the board orders you to begin your cross-examination. Defense? Oh! Yes, my lord!
What's wrong with you?
It's pretty shocking how they can blatantly lie like that. I know the truth lurking within this testimony. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. All of their claims are complete rubbish.
It's great. It's complete bull.
The door was open. About what time did you break in again?
About 1 in the morning, bro. That's about right, ain't told you. Yeah, I think so, bro. It's about right, ain't boy?
Like hell I know! If you was there at 1 in the morning, then of course the door should have been locked.
Hey, it was pretty dark in there. That's all I gotta say on the matter, bro. Nah, I'm pretty sure there was a bit of light in there, ain't it? That's about right, don't it, boy?
As I recall, the inside was dimly lit when we were there. That's actually the only reason we went in there. Thus, these 2 petty criminals resolved themselves to break in at that point. The defendant, General Stroud, was already aiming to kill.
How would you even know that?
Either way, stance does not change. Now let us return to the testimony. When you noticed the door was open, you found yourself working onto the tragic stage of the crime, is that correct?
Yes, sir, bro.
What kind of excuse is that?
It was like, yeah, a revelation of God, something, some sort of trick or fate or something. Something like that anyway. That's our story.
You shouldn't talk about God like that when you're just opportunistic thieves.
Oi! We didn't just go in on whip rope on it. We were totally thinking the same thing when we went in there, you know? Yeah, like maybe behind the door. We'd find Wally a long-lost brother after all these years.
I can't believe you said that with a straight face.
Looking things of that, we only went and met someone who actually looked like old Wally, didn't he?
Don't talk to all about me. Being the lead inspector comes with a fair share of troubles, I guess. Excuse me, Tully.
Alright.
You look as though you were deep in thought just now.
Yeah, well, keep mum about this, but I was just remembering our elder brother Wally.
You mean your long-lost brother, right?
Yeah, a proper stand-up duck, he was. He always give me a ton of sweets, yeah, you see.
He does sound like a kind brother. I will make one thing clear. These fish and chips are for the best breakfast taste buds only. I'll just press everything on. Are you absolutely sure that there was only a single shot fired?
Yeah, just the one. That's my story, bro, and I'm sticking to it. I'm out. Wally thinks so too, I know.
Amount of weapon was the victim's own revolver.
Hatchling always kept it on top of the shop counter.
Yeah, he did. Really stood out to me. Have enough bullets left in the chamber?
Did you say something about that? Hatchling only keeps one bullet in the gun at all times.
Come to think of it, he did say that. In other words, the weapon was only fired once. You're absolutely sure. Yes, my lord, 100%. Afterwards, the murder weapon was found firmly in the defendant's heart.
Is it going on?
You mean the door leading to the store? If you look at that the skid should be obvious. Besides the entrance, there's only one other door in the shop. The door to the store.
The only light was from the lamp, so we couldn't see to it. But we found that door behind something got eaten.
That sounds right so far. The door to the storeroom was hidden by a curtain after all. By the way, why did you try to open the door in the first place?
You what?
Any common burglar would run for his life as soon as he heard a gunshot, right?
Hey, roll. You think you sound about right, means bro. Yeah, well.
I see you sweating, sir. Excuse me, near me.
Aye, you won't.
You look like as though you were deep in thought just now.
Oh, yeah, well, well, you need to be saying deep.
You mean your long-lost brother, right?
Yeah,
Oh, speaks my speech. He does sound pretty mean. I've said you no time, stop looking at me like that! Ever since last stream, dude, we got our eye on you. You didn't do nothing, and you didn't steal nothing, are you sure?
well, you're starting to kick off soon. Game bro. We couldn't even get our hands out of a pocket yet on Steam.
You just left the shop nice and quiet like that. You sure?
We're peaceful criminals, Joe. They ain't nothing we ain't more than bro. We kept our hands shoved right in our pockets, made off fast food.
How dare you lie like that?
I?
When you two were trying to get away, you bumped into someone, didn't you?
Oh.
And then you shot him. What? Who did they shoot?
Ah! No way. Y'all them know what we ran into when we was making our getaway?
I am.
Okay, you said it to...
How come you didn't say nothing? You just said so before go.
You were holding a gun, and then, when you were running away, you shot the great detective as he arrived on the scene. You shot the Sherlock Holmes!
They shot Mr. Holmes? Seriously?
Now, I heard rumors that he was taken to hospital yesterday.
That's just horrid. Who would shoot our very own Mr. Holmes?
On the night of the crime, these two men were arrested not far from the scene. They looked so suspicious that the patrolling officer couldn't leave them wandering out.
Yeah.
After a quick inspection of their positions, the yard discovered a revolver in one of their pockets. Furthermore, there are clear traces that show a single bullet was fired. My lord, this is the gun that they have. There does appear to be gunpowder residue on part of the cylinder. Very well, course accepted in the evidence. The 10-pill revolver.
It was fired at once.
Japanese boy. Ryu Naruhodo, bitch! Hi! prosecution demands evidence. Indeed, there are signs that a single round is fired from them. But I demand you present evidence to prove that bullet was fired at the crime scene.
Why should I need evidence? I was present at the crime scene too!
But I must inform you that we were not present.
Really, dude?
So, presents don't count as... Okay, I see how this is. Total outlandish bullshit. Unless you have evidence to support your last claims. Your words are nothing more than flimsy accusations.
Yeah, so if I did anything first, I didn't want to do it else.
I know, right? I need evidence. I need evidence that these witnesses fired their gun inside the pawn shop.
But all three of them fired guns inside the bunch?
No, only the Bonanza brothers. Not Gregson. We know he's an asshole. He's a natural born asshole. We don't have to worry about him. That we already know from last stream. After what he said, no. You is a bona fide asshole.
Well, that's too, yes.
So we don't need proof from him. It's from the Bonanza brothers.
Okay.
The court requests evidence from the defendants. Show us proof that these men fired the gun inside the pawn shop that night. No? Okay. Well... There you go. That evidence is filled in here. What am I doing? While we were doing our own investigation, we found several bloodstains. Such not fitting for an egotistical chap. What'd you say to me, boy? In any case, this contains the reactions of all the bloodstains we found. Then the evidence for your claim is somewhere in there. Yes, my lord. Very well, court hereby orders the defense to provide more information. Show us the sample that proves these witnesses fired a gun at the scene. There you go. What on earth is this? It's a photo we took of the pawn shop on the day of the murder. Is this from seeing the crime? Could this be? This is not a bullet hole. I can see a bullet lodged inside. Yes, as you can see, the bullet struck a calendar. The date shown is April 16th. That's the day of the crime. The incident occurred at 1 a.m. In other words, this shot was fired after midnight, after the date had changed. It may not be decisive, but is this not sufficient proof that these witnesses fired a gun inside the pawn shop? Order! Your thoughts, Lord Van Zix? If that is what the defense claims, then the prosecution has no objections. Huh? Please, forgive my impudence for shattering the Holy Grail within these halls of justice. Would you kindly?
Oh god.
Indeed, these two men brazenly broke into the pawn shop. They fired as soon as someone found them, and then they fled. They are despicable villains.
Whoa! Oh, shit! Don't just drop bullshit, idiot, like that, bro. You saw you keep mum about it, idiot. Right, boy, tell him.
I have no comments. Ask me about sex. Of course, he knew I was going to break down their lives. Now then, I must show my appreciation for the Japanese boy who stands before me. What do you mean? Why, thanks to you, a certain fact has just been proven. What fact is that? Hi, Mo. How's it going? We were aware that when we arrested these men, their gun had been fired once. But now that we know that they shot Sherlock Holmes, it becomes clear that they could not have shot the victim.
Ah!
In other words, the 10 pillars are unrelated to the murder of Hutch Windybank. Windybank? His name is Windybank. Oh no! Oh no, 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 no. No. That better not be who I oh god, no. No, no, that better not who I think it. That might be. So that's what he was planning.
Yeah! We is it, bro? Yeah! That's what I thought too, bro.
Illegal trespassing, attempted robbery, perjury, and now attempted murder. Seems your crimes are piling up.
Oh! Don't do this to us, bro.
Now, speaking of that air survey detective, Sherlock Holmes, it appears he was a regular patron. Victim's pawn shop. What the hell is he doing now? Mr. Holmes has a strong obsession with tinkering bizarre machinery.
What does he mean by bizarre, huh?
Why don't you glare at him instead? He was such a loyal customer that he even set up a strange device inside the shop.
That Holmes's automatic crime recording device.
What is that? It looks to be a camera of some sort. You are correct, my lord. It appears to be a camera with a small clock attached to it. It automatically takes pictures of the shop in 30-minute intervals. Should robbers break in, this camera will take pictures of them. OG security camera. I see. I brought a night's worth of pictures taken from this camera. 8:30. 9. 9:30. As you can see, if nothing occurs in any given night, it creates an awful amount of fear. That is a rather wasteful security device. Two of these cameras are set up inside the shop. If you look at the floor plans, they are here and here. But it only takes a photo every 30 meters. What happens if a burglar breaks in between photos? Perhaps he meant to play, but these burglars sit in chat for 30 minutes or so. As it happens, these witnesses were not captured in any of the photos that night.
Ooh! We got lucky, bro. Yeah! Looks like you're going on savage on the tip side.
Allow me to confirm one thing, witnesses. Around what time did you break into the shop?
It was around 1 in the morning. Ain't no doubt in my mind, bro. Yeah, I'm sure it was around 1 in the morning, bro.
Let's confirm one more thing then. What did the camera capture just before these two hooligans broke into the shop? Yeah, take a look if you please. This is the defendant, Jenny Lestrade. As you can see, the defendant was aiming the gun at the victim. She was likely trying to force him into opening the storeroom door. Indeed, that seems to be the natural solution. The court accepts this photograph as evidence. Well, here's Gina's shot photo.
No way, Jeepy!
Now I'm sure you will see. There's no one else who could have shot Hachi Vendidank, save for the accursed.
No! My lord!
One war veteran wishes to speak with you. What is woman? Ever since I took a shell to the knee during the Battle of Ireland. Really? We're gonna do that joke? Really? I used to be a fighter, so I took a shell to the knee. No, I'm sorry. I used to be a kart racer until I took a shell to the knee. I used to go dash, dash, dun 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 dun.
Oh god.
Until I took a shell to the knee. I've been forced to stay off the battlefield from medal to show for it. Compared to my victories in battle, medals are nothing. And where are you going with this? For this past year, I've continued to wage war on the battlefield known as life. And now, with my 5 fellow comrades by my side, I have found our final resting place, I swear, my lord! How's the wife, sir? To put in layman's terms, the jury has reached an unanimous verdict. Am I wrong? Is he wrong for me? I am indeed wrong. I've made sure my lap is nice and dry. You would not be wrong to believe such.
Hey, come on! It's too early to jump to conclusion.
Come now. Deliver your verdict, my 5 fellow comrades.
A beautiful handkerchief and a beautiful verdict. That is a maid's girl.
You don't even know what you want.
The truth has finally come to light. It's almost stereoscopic.
You don't even know what you're doing. I wouldn't forget. I just can't remember that well. That's still saying you forgot.
The situation is electrifyingly clear. There's no need to rack our brains over this anymore.
No, we need to break it. We need to break your brains. I actually feel sorry for those young brothers. They are lucky. Very well. Jurors, I would ask you to voice your opinions. You have made your deliberation. Present your verdict to the court.
有罪
有罪
有罪有罪
有罪
有罪
Guilty until otherwise. It seems the judge reached a unanimous conclusion.
This picture. It must be the decisive evidence that Inspector Gregson mentioned. But you didn't shoot anyone. Yeah, of course you did.
My lord, the defense asserts its right to a closing argument. The court acknowledges your right. Of course, he's no surprise that you exist all the time as your sad feelings through. The closing argument will now commence. Foreman, are you prepared? My platoon is already in formation. Very well. 6 yards. The court orders you to explain reasons and bases behind your guilty verdicts. Judicial findings. Assertions. Every bit of evidence points to the defendant's guilt.
It's made due to dispose of any and all unsightly rubbish at his own.
1, I believe that. 2, what the fuck? 3,
If you look at the photos stereoscopically, the truth becomes plain to see.
4, if I forgotten he wouldn't be alive in the first place, right? 4, what the fuck? 5,
I am prepared to transmit my current feelings to the world through radio waves.
whatever. 6, judging people by looks is wrong. Those 3 men have done nothing evil. 6, what the? You know what, 6, you special. You gonna stay right over there. Indeed, the crime scene and evidence all point to the defendant. Both she and the victim were alone together inside a locked storeroom. The defendant was holding the weapon, and these witnesses heard a shooting. And above all, just look at the photo! I've been on the battlefield. I know what people look like when they're shooting to kill! If she's actually shooting to kill, shouldn't the gun be pointed straight at him? Instead of being like, aim, fire. This is more like ready, aim. She's more like ready into aim. Mr. Holmes' photo made them even more sure of it then.
Oh, Holmes, you can't live without him, but you can't live with... You can't live with him, but you can't live without him.
With this much evidence against you, I doubt you'll be able to overturn this verdict. Gina never fired that gun, as long as I keep that in mind. I should be able to uncover some hidden truth.
Yeah.
Defense, begin your closing argument. Rebut all! I see you're intently scrubbing away as usual.
Even a single speck of dust represents failure. That's the maid spirit.
So when you say I'm slightly rubbish,
When I travel to the market, I always have to pass through the East End. Pickpocket, beggars, even bandits. The East End truly is the rubbish dump of London.
so is Wabash and Skid Row. I don't think I like the way you're talking. Even Tokyo has what is known as the ghetto. Every place in the world has a ghetto.
Alright, I suppose I should be more direct.
If I could, I would clean up every single one of those back alleys.
However, there is already a man doing my work for me. Our own great detective.
That must be the Sherlock Holmes, correct?
Indeed, I read the Strand magazine whenever I get a break from work. I love reading the stories of him cleaning up the filth that pervades London. It makes one realize that our great detective is really the great maid of London.
Mr. Holmes is right now.
And it makes me all the angrier.
Wait, what?
How dare pure rubbish shoot our poor great detective?
Do you know to shoot Mr. Holmes? One of the temple of them.
Whoever it is, it doesn't change the fact that they're pure filth.
No, wait. I have to make sure we're clear on that point.
Fine, then I will change my statement. The Templars are pure filth. They deserve death for shooting our great detective.
Two. 6. Judging people by looks is wrong. Those men have done nothing evil. These two statements are clearly contradictory. Watson places defense the court demands an explanation.
A contradiction from my mouth?
Contradiction. Juror 6, you seem to lack a fundamental understanding of this case. Fundamental. Juror 2 said it herself only moments ago. The Templars shot at least one bullet as they ran from the pawn shop.
And that vile bullet struck our poor dear Sherlock Holmes.
You don't mean to tell me that you didn't catch that, do you? Vile bullet. Juror 6, excuse me. Oh, sorry, my English not very good. Does that mean you really didn't catch that? I am sorry, I did not receive that. Huh? Oh, here! Bullet. Small metal object fired from a gun. You need to tell me this. I am from Russia. Who would have chose someone like this to be a juror? So, I am Gendo Ikari. These evil-looking men to light. They say they done nothing, but they actually shoot the man? Yes, that's correct. Oh, lying is bad, especially for evil-looking men. I don't think this is related to our appearance. So, maybe They stolen nothing is also lie. Is it? According to the yard's investigation, nothing seemed to be missing from the pawn shop. I believe no one now.
Hey, maybe you should be a little more gentle with your rules.
I must see it with my own eyes. But you really can't do that. We're in the middle of the trial.
Come on, you. Of course we can. It's real simple.
Yeah.
All we need to do is use Holmes's automatic crime recording device.
Oh!
If we compare the photo of Jean being with the one right after, we can tell right away what's been stolen or not. Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Yada, yada. Shameless of you to address the prosecutor during closing argument. This is the photo which the accused entered the shortly to the end of the two of them moved to the store. After that, the team pillars broke. Soon after, they heard us in the bush. Unfortunately, no photo was taken at the moment. However, this photo shows the state of that counter after they fled the scene.
This is after Holmes was shot, no? From what I can see. It doesn't look like anything was stolen.
Yeah. There's not really anything missing from the second phone. So the evil-looking brothers have left. They showed what's still looking. Seems to be the case. Good. It's not good at all! Anyway, I make mistake. It is many like, I want to hear more!
Wow, good job, you. The ball's tipped back to our side a bit.
It all starts with one. I'm sure there's some truth that we just aren't seeing yet. Once I find that truth, we can turn this trial on its head. Very well. Defense, resume your closing argument. The court shall also accept this photo into evidence in case we need it. After crime. Another photo. Maybe I can use this one. Otane is dominatorize. She is not good for photo. Excuse me, but what are these radio waves? From your appearance, I guess you must be from the Far East? Yes, well, I come from the Empire of Japan. Long ago, messages would be relayed between our countries with letters. Morse code. It would take a whole month by boat for letters to travel, but now
She's talking about international telegrams, relaying messages using electrical signals. The whole world is connected by miles and miles of cables under the sea.
cables under the sea? Are we still talking about real life here?
Oh my, you are so knowledgeable for someone your age. But in the coming age, we won't even need those cables.
Yes, there will be something called email.
Really? It's all about radio waves. Electrical signals.
I can't even say electric light.
Electrical signals will fly through the air in the coming century.
Called Wi-Fi.
I'm trembling with excitement. No, dare I say I'm buzzing with excitement.
Right. Her eyes are sparkling with joy.
Wireless communications.
Wi-Fi. Nintendo will not see it coming.
It's the pinnacle of a century. Even if certain deluded people believe that toy stereoscopes are science. if you ask me. It's all ridiculous.
Are they? Sir? I noticed you were getting a little angry there, Juror 3.
What do you want? You look like you have something you want to say about Juror 5's statement. Though I'm not sure I can get you. Then I'll say it! Look at me, you! Me. How else could he be talking? How dare you call the stereoscope a toy? That's what it is, isn't it? Oh wow, it lets you look at things in 3 dimensions.
Squaresoft will indeed build up on this. And then it will be called Rat Racing. And then there's a game called World of Runners. And then it'll be so forgotten by time.
Take a look around you. Everything is already in 3 dimensions. Ouch. I don't think he'll recover from that one. That's all there is. It's absolutely useless. You just don't get it! What? Being able to look at a picture stereoscopically. Imagine the possibilities that hide behind this simple revelation. You might not be able to, but I'll tell you. Your eyes will go googly eyed like this.
What would those possibilities be?
What I missed here?
Oh my god.
What?
Wi-Fi versus 3D versus...
God.
Wi-Fi versus 3D, that's what you're missing.
For example, let's say we had a picture of the crime scene. If we could look at that stereoscopically, we might be able to reveal some clues that we hadn't seen before.
Really?
Do we have any photos that might be able to view stereoscopically?
We do. A picture we can look at stereoscopically. Yeah, of course. I have one. So it doesn't really matter. Photograph Pacino or post. So, there you go. Alright, Juror 3. Could you really look at these pictures stereoscopically?
Why, of course, Mr. Attorney.
Then if you please.
Okay, I'll need one more photo from you then.
These two photos were taken at the same... These two photos were taken by the same automatic crime recording device.
You try to say that 3 times fast.
I know, right? That was like earlier. I was trying to do I was doing a take where they're asking me to do. They want me to do a recording, like one of those phone recordings.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't do 3 of them because I had the same thing. Just like my list was going out on me, like like okay, you know what? I said, you know what? I got a sore throat from earlier. I'm gonna give you one take.
It's these African heritage came out.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! No, something there. Oh hell no! Oh hell no! I ain't African. No, I'm Indian. I am Blackfoot and Cherokee, motherfucker. Born and bred from my background. Who's black? What black? Who black? I'm Dragoon. We Dragoon people, we weird.
That will do. By the way, Mr. Attorney, do you know why we can see stereograms in 3 dimensions? Do you know the mechanics behind it?
Let's see, if I'm right, I learned this yesterday. I've got this. The views from your left and right eyes have a very slight difference in alignment. I wear glasses sometimes, this is how I know. The difference is synthesized into bleh.
One second.
The difference is synthesized into one 3-dimensional picture inside your brain. So, I'm covering my right eye. I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at the stream. And it's blurry on my left side. My left eye is blurry. I'm doing the same thing to my right, which I'm seeing this with my right eye. And I would see like 2. Now if I were to look at it with both eyes, even if I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing 2. I'm actually doing this while actually streaming this. So I'm looking at it and it's going. I'm seeing it. I'm just like staring at it like, okay, there it is.
You're exactly right. Which means the misalignment between these 2 pictures is important. So if you line up the 2 pictures that are exactly the same, what happens? Of course, you wouldn't be able to view it stereoscopically. Oh. I get it! I get it now! Oh, it seems the little lady over there has caught on!
Yeah, I've caught on that for years. If I were to read, like I'm reading a script, or if I'm reading lines, if I'm reading anything, I'm just going to be like, I would have to use my finger to really just like guide, because all I'm doing is just like 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 4 line, 5 line. If I were to look at anything like this, like I'm staring at it right now, the only way you could see it really, really good is you would have to lean in really close to the screen and bam, you see what I'm talking about. You see the picture up close, like really zoom in if you just basically look up close. This is why most gamers basically do this. They lean in. We have what is called the lean. And whenever we lean in, we're actually refocusing our vision. Because we're actually like this. When we really get into it, the lean comes in. So there you go. You got the lean.
I understand now, Ryu.
And everybody else who doesn't understand gamers, we have the lean. That's great, Iris, but can you stop crossing your eyes at me?
Ryu, look at those 2 pictures one more time. There's a clear difference between the 2 photos.
Yeah, I'm kind of seeing it. If I were to look at the right and the left, which I am. Of course, Gina and Hatch are only in one of the pictures, right?
Wait, photos?
Yes.
You know what this means, Izzy?
Yes.
The timestamp is wrong.
Oh God, yes it is! What have we just learned? We went through this shit yesterday. Oh my God. And
Yes,
the ending.
Never ever trust.
And let me tell you, the ending of that case, like, okay, we just got an explosion of fur. The warden had an explosion of fur. Just it's like, wow, okay. That's all I'm gonna say. Explosion happened. I'm like, really? Okay. Now,
You can tell at a glance. How about we have a look-see stereoscopically?
okay, we had to do the gamer lean. All right, I'll give it a try. Okay, let's see. I should cross my eyes until the two photos overlap. No, we in the gamer trade have the lean. Try and get the quill in the middle of the picture to overlap. Oh shit, I'm actually doing it. This is...
So did you manage to see it stereoscopically, Ryu?
Stereoscopically.
Yes.
As in what? You see both of them at the exact same time?
You're actually seeing two pictures forming one.
Oh, yeah. When they merge together.
Yeah. Or what we call in the trade the lean.
Ah.
It's like, okay, we're sitting and then we get into that.
I call it the blur myself.
Yeah.
Because it just blurs together.
Yeah. But whenever we get into a certain part in the game when we're zoning, it's like we get the lean.
Yeah.
The lean. It's like, oh yeah, we know about the lean. So we in the gamer trade call it the lean. Like, yeah, we go into mode 1, then mode 2, and then mode 3, and then mode 4 is like,
And then mode 7.
oh god,
Yeah,
mode 7. So mode 7 is when you get intense. It's like
When your 2D goes 3D and your 3D goes 4D.
and then you go 64.
No, if you start to see everything in polygons, you need to see a doctor right away.
That's what it seemed like. It's like, So what does that
If you see everything in cell shade, that means you're probably high on something.
Yeah, you know what? It's working. Let's just go with that. Oh! What on earth's going on with these photos? I see it. Stuff on top of the desk is floating. Oh god, no, hold on. What the
Oh
fuck?
boy.
What? What, dude?
So, is this how the lean is supposed to work?
Yes, that is exactly what's happening.
And they all are. What?
This is the other.
Are they all trying to see these things stereoscopically?
Yes.
Great. We're now doing 3D puzzles in the middle of a trial. Why? Who knows why?
This is only part 1.
Almighty.
Yeah, it's like this is part 1. I know I'm gonna be doing part 2 later tonight, but I'm like, the fuck? You can't make this shit up!
No, you can't, apparently.
This is the other ability of stereoscopic vision.
The other ability? What on earth does this mean? Why are the things on the counter floating?
if you think about the principles of stereoscopic vision, you'll come to see the answer.
Square. Remember Red Racer.
It means now we are officially inventing 3D glasses, apparently.
Yep. This is how the 3D glasses were born, by this dude right here.
Yep.
The principles of stereoscopic vision. Allow me to repeat myself. If you line up the two of the same photo, you won't see it stereoscopically. It's because there is a difference between the two photos at all that you see it that way.
In that case, at a glance, at a glance, what's on the counter looks untouched between the pictures, but in reality there's a slight misalignment in their locations. Yeah, I can see that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. There is. Very slightly.
And now all of them is that whole being able to see the photos stereoscopically thing is simple. But why are these photos misaligned? Why is your counterattack, Oriental attorney? Sir, I'd like to ask you,
How's your lap?
this dude right here made the arrow to the knee joke. This guy right here basically pulled the arrow to the knee joke. Says, I used to be a soldier till I took a shell to the knee.
I used to be a professional virtue signaler, and then I took an arrow to my dick. Now I have no balls.
I have no balls to hold me down. I have no dick to prance
Yes,
around.
you know what Dogen said, right? I have no bells to hold me down. Two custom made, only ones in the world.
And then the biggest one you've seen, Dingleberry.
That's not a nice thing to say about Nubis. I did see the end of that case, though. I forgot how ridiculous.
I know. I was like, wait.
I remember who did it, but it was like,
it's like, okay, so wait, what just happened? Hogs everywhere.
yes, that's all it matters.
It's like each and every one of them need to be claimed. They need to be hugged. They need to be protected.
Yes, they all ran away.
That's a special. Oh hey, Mickey Momo. Mickey Momo flew right away. Right? Where's the counterattack, Oriental attorney? Excuse me, sir. What? Me? How would I know?
You do know. I think it's very simple.
What? Really?
Let's see, how about we think about this in order? Person 1, this picture was taken. And then 30 minutes later, this picture was taken. What's more, in the second photo, the things on top of the counter are slightly out of place.
I went from bottom to top.
Which means what?
During
You
that
started from the bottom, now you're here.
Yeah. During that 30-minute period, someone moved the things on the counter, and my line of vision went down to up. Someone
Move the stuff on the counter? But that hasn't been mentioned in any of the testimony.
Now I see. This was quite the detour, but here it comes. We're finally going to reach the last stop of this closing argument. If that's the case, the next question's clear. Who exactly moved the things on top of the counter?
You mean to say you know the answer?
Of course. Who was it that caused the slightest difference between the pictures? That's easy. One of the Bonanza brothers. It was the previous witness, the 10 Pillars. I am confused. Of course you are. Those boys said earlier. Yes, we know, Gendo Ikari, we know. The second we enter shop, the crime happened. We touch nothing in that shop. Now you are saying this more lies? This what you are saying? Yes, sir.
But surely they weren't the only ones.
Right. The defendant's a pickpocket, yes. She could have easily ransacked the counter.
No, that's hard to believe. Why? As we can see from this photo, the defendant was pointing the gun at the victim, even though that's aim position. That's not ready, that's ready into aim. From the looks of things, she was most likely demanding the storeroom door be opened. In other words, the defendant's objective was inside said storeroom. There was no need for her to go out of her way to move what was on the counter. As such, the 10 Pillars, including Gregson, are hiding something they have yet to testify about.
The defendant's pickpocket, it's in her nature to be villainous.
Don't forget that the 10 Pillars are burglars. They're just as villainous as her. On the night of the crime, they may have been searching for something on the victim's counter. If you believe the defendant is suspicious just because she's a pickpocket, then we should be thoroughly scrutinizing the testimony of those two burglars too.
I agree. I would like to hear a little bit more of their testimony.
The mighty headbutt of justice.
Does everyone understand now? Imagine all the wonders in the world of stereoscopic vision! You have convinced me. When this trial ends, I will head straight to Regent Street to buy a stereoscope.
She's Morse coding all this, by the way.
It seems this trial is far from over. Such is the conclusion of Joseph is. The vote of the judge is now changed as a result of the closing argument. To vote guilty, 4 not guilty. Thus, the court acknowledges the judge's vote is split. And orders the continuation of the trial.
We did it, you. Oh, hey.
What's up, Ayers?
I should give you this. It might come in handy later. I know.
I probably won't need it after this, but I'll take it.
Now, Lord Ramses. The court orders further testimony from your previous witness.
Accompanied by his friends. I shall. He's thrown 1 already, by count.
ball.
He likes to throw it and like to say, "Would you kindly?" afterwards. Like, what the fuck did? For now, at least we get one more chance to corner these witnesses. Until I get Gina a not guilty verdict, I will not let this trial end. Let's see. Cause I don't have to worry about this. Let's see, I got about an hour to go, so yeah. If I can squeeze in this first half, that'd be good. Now, let's continue the trial. Witnesses, time to stand. The Bonanza Brothers and Inspector Asshole. Now, I trust you are listening carefully to his closing argument.
Yeah, bro. Couldn't keep my eyes off of him, man, bro.
Mr. Ten Pillar.
Yeah.
Well, this is annoying. In your previous testimony, you said...
Well, I'll start to kick off as soon as we walked in, bro. We couldn't get our hands off our pocket there on Sting.
But now it's clear that you were lying. The Bonanza Brothers indeed lied. Mr. Ten Pillar! $4.20, 6 pence.
Yeah.
On the night of the crime, you were searching for something on the counter at Hutch's Pawnbrokers.
No, you won't, bro. I see no, bro.
The court ordered you both to testify fully. What exactly were you doing when Hutch's was shot? This time, tell the truth. Every time you toss another lie into the heap, your crimes get heavier. One day your mountain of sin may crush you both to death. See, I prefer you crush the glass with the booze in hand instead of just wasting it and throwing it over there. This is not Castlevania. You are not Alucard. Let alone Trevor Belmont. We don't know this victim. You'll do it to keep that in mind.
Yeah, bro. Loud and clear, bro. Yeah, so we are always on the count, but we all such fun nothing, bro. They know that when the gun went off, that's when we knock stuff around in it. Not being fine, but a proper scam. Murder could come from stolen. We saw it tidy out the desk lot and tried to stop, but then we ran into you lot in. Get in now, bro. There's no way we won't been able to shoot that shopkeeper in.
Yes, you fugitives from the Pink Panther. Yes, we believe you. Then you both confess. You really did mess up the victim's counter on the night of the crime.
Hey, we didn't mess it up, nothing, bro. Yeah, it's more like we gave it tight, ain't it? Well, if you want me to think of it.
It remains true that these two men broke into the pawn shop with intent to steal. However, they did little more than get scared by gunfire, tidy up somewhat, and flee.
What? It don't make us sound like base at all, bro. Hey, bro. Don't think you could have done a favor and make us sound a little more evil, bro.
I don't think it was a coincidence that these two were present when Hatch was shot. There must be something hidden in this testimony. The reprise. In other words, the gunshot surprised you.
Yeah, mate. This must be a real scared cat, bro. Shut your mouth. Not being funny, but it was so that the noise would have scared me. The noise would have woke up my day, man. It was all like, ah! And he toppled right over on the counter. Fire, legs failed, candlestick failed, and that skull was rolling all over. French door leg came clean off. Photo frame fade over, it came fade on the floor.
Sounds like that in itself was pretty loud.
Not being funny, it was so loud that even my revived mom was down back to her grave.
In any case, that gunshot must have really surprised you.
Yeah, cool, bro.
どうだったか。
Are they?
Of course, bro. The walls all quiet, and then suddenly bang.
Yes, asshole.
ちょっと
Excuse me, Inspector Gregson? Inspector Asshole? I told you not to run me in with these weirdos! That's not what I was going to... You seem like you were lost in thought during their testimony. Something bothering you about... it's probably nothing. I shouldn't let something like this bother me. I already know that. It's not like we're suffocated by getting caught up in the tiny details. If it's bothering you that much, why not just tell us? When we answered these two yesterday, the odd question themselves. Their statement then and their testimony now just ever so slightly different.
Is it really, bro?
I'm sure they said that they heard the victim cry out shortly before the gunshot.
Well, maybe we did say something like that, ain't bro?
It's just a small thing, I'm sure, but maybe they're being deliberately vague. I don't think that's that far-fetched. If the court finds your testimony to be deliberately vague, I have no choice but to consider very severe punishment for the two of you.
No! We won't leave out any details, bro. Swear on the gate, mom. Alright, I'll just remember something.
I'm sure you did. You would do well to add it to your testimony then.
I ain't out, bro. just before the gunshot, we had someone ain't over the gun, say. You shopkeeper with the one who said, with the one had the gun. She was shot and stayed screaming.
No, it doesn't matter. It's either or, so. One could say that this testimony is very clear. One could say that this testimony is clearly very odd. The only thing that is very odd, in my opinion, is your current mental state.
No need to worry about me, my lord. Fine, fine. Please just put your hand down.
Until I...
Wade just sticks his arm out like... It's a little too close to a certain assholes salutes.
Yeah. Master D! Until I prove my client innocence, I refuse to put my hand down. Then don't say that. No, what we're really supposed to be doing is... Just to be sure, the victim, Hatch, was holding a gun, right?
Yeah, bro. Ain't no die, bro.
However, this photo of the crime scene makes one fact very clear. You're both dumbasses. When Hatch was murdered, he wasn't holding a weapon.
He having no sworn wolf.
There is no mistake that the victim's gun is integral to this case. I can assure you that Hatch's revolver certainly was present at the scene of the crime. The weapon in the defendant's hands was undeniably that revolver.
Yeah, that pickpocket nicked the victim's gun and shot him, bro. And over that gun. Bang, bang. Just like that.
Stay perfectly still for a moment, please. Do not henshin. Do not dab. If the crime really was committed as you testified, then there's an obvious contradiction.
What? What kind of contradiction?
Interesting. Then go on, shoot. Show us where the contradiction lies, and then witnesses react. Yeah. According to these witnesses' testimony, they heard someone cry hand over that gun, and then they heard a gunshot. And those sounds were almost simultaneous, correct? Yes, if what they say is true. Then at the same time of the murder, the two were facing each other. However, according to the autopsy, immediate death from a gunshot to the back. In other words, there is a clear contradiction in your testimony. I told you not to pose. I told you not to dab.
But we ain't on nothing. I mean, when the man was happening that night, that uncle was on the gun. We definitely saw it, bro.
You saw him holding the gun? That's what you just said now, right?
Can't we just say that, bro?
These two have now clearly acknowledged it. That night, the two of them saw the victim wielding a gun at the scene. That is to say, these witnesses met the victim on the night of the crime. Pause. Pause. Order! Witnesses, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, now, it ain't what you think.
It seems the two of you didn't quite understand that warning earlier. Those words will only spin out your teeth. Witnesses, you're still lying, aren't you?
Wait, sorry, you see, I gotta be honest here, but it's just the math. So, it's you.
Who are they talking about? It would be in your best interest to fully understand the gravitas of this. Silence is not an option for you.
Sorry, I can't keep strong about this no more. But
You mean to say that you still don't understand yet? No matter how hard you try to hide the truth, your lies will always be broken apart. At the time of the crime, the two of you had met with the victim in the trunk. The court orders you to testify the truth.
leave it alone already, would you?
This time will be the last time you two have to speak the truth.
I suggest you make the most of this. You won't get another chance.
Please, make your time.
We finally got to the airport, right? You'll be out of nowhere, bro. I know the gun, and came flying at us. No, I thought we was brown bread, go. He was strong, but no geezer. Managed to show me right to the corner. And we ain't going at him. Old geezer ran to store me. Guess so, we ain't got nothing to do with the murder. Swear me, damn mum, bro.
Dude, stop.
Yeah, for some reason I'm not convinced. I can't figure out why.
I smell.
Bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the bullshit is strong in this. Ooh, very, very strong. If I understand your testimony so far, you are saying you fought with the victim before he died.
Yeah, but we're sorry.
It seems the situation has changed dramatically.
I'll swear. Wait, tell you the truth. The whole truth, bro. We got nothing there.
Now, defense began the cross examination. Hey! All is for my lord. It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. I have no Susato, and I will toss a bitch. Encounter. By he, do you mean the victim?
Yeah, bro. I mean, yes, sir. We won't keep a proper eye on the entrance, but we won't expect someone to be on deep inside. Hey, bro.
Deeper inside. That would be the storeroom, correct?
Yeah, I do believe he came out of that room, bro.
Then the victim was already inside the storeroom when you arrived.
Hey, come back.
Okay. Number 3. The bullshit meter. The bullshit meter is strong.
I got almost caught my.
No problem.
You got nuts caught in your throat. Ugh.
I didn't say it that way. I didn't say it that way, but yes, it was.
But you do have.
Well, they are, aren't they? The silence is deafening.
Oh yes.
Does that mean Gene Bean was already in there too?
Then that sounds strange.
What are you sorry to hear about your old man?
Yeah.
I feel like you've both been dealing with a lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
She chased him into the storeroom to threaten him.
Then why would he come out to the shop for alone? Did you see the defendant at the time?
Yeah, pickpocket boy. I know, bro. It's not like me, you know what I'm saying? After all, the old geezer start kicking off straight away.
Third testimony. The bullshit meter has been arisen.
How was that?
They were lying 2 times.
Yeah, that means something.
I'm a bit confused. According to your previous testimony, when he demanded a gun, he was still inside the room.
How many times you gonna lie before you said that?
Did we say that, bro?
That means he was actually demanding your gun,
Times.
wasn't he?
How many times? Yes.
Yes. I'm holding up the number. I'm saying yes. Hold up the number. Yes.
How many times are you gonna lie about this black monster? It does not exist. Yes, we do.
How many? Yes. if I had a webcam right now, it's like, how many times? Yes. Because everybody's doing the webcam thing. I'm not doing the webcam thing. Y'all know what I look like? Shit.
Of course we know what you look like. You look drunk. I mean,
Of course we do. I mean, you beat me to it, but you know what? I'll take it. You win this round. Don't worry, I was not gonna say you look drunk, Izzy. I was gonna say we know what you look like, unfortunately.
Yes. I look like I hadn't had sleep in like years. I know.
yeah, you know, I had to get one. I had to get one before they come on. I had to get one.
That's
It's
fine.
the giving season, so yes, you had to get it.
That's fine. You know, give back. You know, I give, you give back. You give me back a roast. Yeah, roast me. That's totally a-okay in this stream. It's like you can roast me all you want, but just don't insult. Roasts are fine, insults are not. It's like, oh yeah, it's not like I have a bald spot. My hair is still there.
You
Yes,
talked a lot about thinning hair and bald spots and stuff. As you mentioned, start
yeah, Izzy must not have hair pantyhose. Okay.
I may be stressed out, but damn it, I still got my hair.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, I suppose that sounds about right.
At that time, did the victim brand she's on the road.
Yeah, it's kind of ain't it? Done there, bro.
So, you're saying that you saw Ash holding his gun, right?
Yeah, pretty much, bro. Oh, that old geese just jumped me, you bro. Ain't not being fine. I couldn't tell who was assaulting who at that point, bro.
It's pretty clear that you two were in the wrong.
Anyway, I thought I was good as dead, bro.
this the same counter that you mentioned in your previous testimony?
Yeah, goofball. The pie legs failed, candlestick failed, skulls rolling over. Face stole there, kicking off, phone frame fell over, scale failed on floor.
It's hard to imagine all that happening because you were surprised by the gunshot. I'm from California. That shit don't faze me. Beer pop pop. Like we know what's going on.
To tell you the truth, it was more like it thrown me on to. If I was in there, it would probably flatten me in under 3 seconds, bro.
It was around that time that the yard received an alarm signal from Hatch's Pompo's. And Hatcher's last name is... He might be related to Old Bag. Windy Breaker. Windy Breaker. There's a security alarm installed under the counter. The victim most likely activated. Now that I think about it, I ran outside to chase them. A police officer was already heading to the crime scene.
Poor Hatchling was trying so hard to protect his little pawn shop.
Were you aiming with the intent to kill?
No way, bro. I just want to say thanks. He was getting flat.
That high five, I swear. I can't make the shit up about this high five. Goddamn. Just serious. I cannot make the shit up about this high five.
Hatch was the one who needed help.
So the victim fled after you aimed the gun.
Yeah, bro. He shoved me aside and shut the room door line.
I don't know what it is, but I smell it too. Something feels off about that testimony.
I wonder why Hatchling would run to the storeroom. Remember who was inside the storeroom? Gene Bean was in there waiting to kill him, right? I wouldn't go in there.
Oh, that's right. The facts are facts. But as the facts are now, Gina was threatening him with his own gun. So why did Hatch have it?
Oh, that's a good point. Weird.
This doesn't make much sense. You should keep this in mind.
Anyway. Yeah, we...
You swear you have nothing to do with the crime.
That's what we said, bro. Because the old geezer shuts out the room. Ain't up this from the inside, so we couldn't do nothing back. We did try helping it though. But that room like a vault, they didn't even budge.
As you can now see, nothing has changed. There was only one person who could have shot the victim inside the store. It could only have been the defendant, Gina Lestrade. I'm afraid I must agree. Do I have any objections to finish? Was Gina really the only person that could have shot Hatch? Someone else did it. We all know this. Mr. Tim Pillar, 5 and 6 pence.
You what? Stop clearing us.
Your biggest mistake was admitting that you ran into Hatch. That's when this trial was completely... Yes, it was the arm... It was the one-armed man!
Oh God, man.
Yes, Big! Yes, it was the one-armed man. That's when the trial was completely turned on its head. Hey, Big.
Hey, Big.
It was the one-armed man! I... Well, I'll tell you something on about now. The big question is whether or not Gina was the only one who could have shot Hatch. The defense believes that the answer is no. I'm rich!
Bitch.
It's payday, fellas! No, Fascinating. Then let us look at this sketch one more time. The victim died inside of a storeroom that was locked from the inside. What other possibilities can you make up in order to explain this? Defense? The court demands answers to the following two questions. Still? Well, that's a lie. The first question. Yep.
I'm gonna be here at 6:30,
6:30.
and then you remember what the signage is about.
Got the answer, right?
Right, but we don't know yet. So I'm gonna have to show you a text message where like the real estate lady said,
Oh my God.
"We're gonna sign off on the house today, but at a later date, we're gonna add them back.
Right.
I'm gonna show you it in a text,
Okay.
okay?
Gotcha.
You have to believe me, I understand.
No, I got you.
You have your ID, right?
I do. Always on hand.
Okay.
Just letting you know. I do understand 6:30.
Okay.
Gotcha. Where did get a shoot from and next? Where was the victim shot? Well, it might end up being a two-parter anyway, so. Understood. Understood.
You gonna be okay, Ryu?
No, really, you gonna be okay? We're asking both the fictional and the real. You gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. We gotta make sure everything is square.
Art imitating reality.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh God, what the hell?
Yes! Yes, why not? Serenades. We have it here in this stream. We have everything. Phone calls, serenades, food. We have it all.
The only thing we know I have now is somebody burping nonstop. Please don't do that, Izzy.
I haven't eaten yet, dude.
That usually doesn't stop you.
That's true. Doesn't stop. I told you, variety. No, it's just a thing. As people, well, I won't say it here on stream, but it is about the house. That's all my brother was telling me about. It's about the house, so therefore, adjusting into it. I'm not sure, but there's one thing I'm absolutely certain about. If I can present a new possibility here, the scale should tip in my favor. Fine. Let us have your answers. Use this floor plan to explain your theory. If you claim that someone else could have shot the victim, then where did they shoot from? Alright, how about you, man? Welcome to the stream. It's just been crazy, but you know, just coming down from all the craziness of last week.
Yeah.
You can easily make a dance off this beat. Behind the counter. I do like that beat though. Let's see. Point behind the counter to the right of the door. No, this is Citra. This is the 3DS emulator. Although I do have a new version of the GBA emulator. Just making sure. Because this is one of those instances like, oh hey, I gotta be accurate. You can make a beat off this shit. What? Iggy, alright. Iggy, alright.
Don't quit your day job, dude.
I know, right?
Please don't do it.
I know, right?
You know what the best part of that rap was? The best part of the rap was when you stopped.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, dang. I think it's the same thing. Dang, great minds do think alike sometimes.
Yeah,
But it's like that is a good beat though. Shit.
that part's true.
So you can make anything off it and sound really good. Even you can dance off that. It's like, ooh. That's something I could see off of Ultraman Trigger. Like an Ultraman dance battle. There you go. Make it happen, Toei. Make it happen. Or is it? No, Super Riot. Make it happen, Super Riot. Shit. Toei's Super Sentai. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna be listening to after I'm done with this part. Let's see, if it's right, point to the counter behind the right of the door. So this would mean the door's right here. The counter behind the door. If they shot from right here, I believe the bullet could have killed him. Alright. On to your second answer. Is behind the door. Where was the victim when he was shot? Are you fucking kidding me? Wait. No. No. That can't be right. That can't be right. No, wait. Try that back. Where was the victim when he was shot? The shooter's right there. Are you fucking kidding me? Those ambivalent answers certainly do reveal one truth. You are a man who does not deserve to stand in this courtroom. But why not? Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Counter behind the counter. That's my left, this is my right. How can that be right? I like the victim of mistake. To get to the truth. Basically, the whole series is basically you had to prove your client's innocence.
And basically, every time you prove your client's innocence, it's usually because you actually finger the actual killer.
Mm-hmm.
Phrasing, I know.
Hug! I was like,
No, no hug life this time.
I know, right? Wait, am I looking at this? Okay, the right is there. The left of the door. So right here. I feel like it's not there. If it's not there, then okay. It's like, if you're looking right there, no. How in the blue bloody fuck does... Point to the right of the door. Point of the side. I know. This really is serious. Let me see. I'm just gonna say about 15 more minutes, then I'm gonna take a break, then come back. I mean, if you're gonna come back a little after that, I'm gonna be streaming the second half of this. Or actually, yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna leave this off on a cliffhanger, because at this point is one of those puzzles that do require me to use a visual aid. And this is like one of those times like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave it off right here, at least for a time. And I should be back within an hour. So if I come back by then, you know, I'll finish this. I'll finish this all tonight. That's for damn sure. But it's like, oh hey, now we come to the part which, oh, shit's gonna get real stupid. And I'd rather be playing safe. I'd rather be playing it safe through save state than actually save, and then after that, everything just flies apart when I get back. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take a dinner break, and then I should be back with this. The second half, anyway. Second half, which leads to the conclusion to this case, but because, oh my god, this is getting so